Good morning and welcome to the regular meeting of City Council for Tuesday, September 13th, 2022. I have a meeting announcements. All council meetings will be live streamed on the city's website. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Reverend Burgess.
Here.
Mr. Coghill.
Here.
Ms. Gross. Mr. Kraus. Mr. Lavelle.
Here.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Here.
Mr. Wilson. Mrs. Kelsmith, President.
Here.
5 members present.
Thank you. As we join from our remote locations and in person, please rise if you can for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain for a moment of silence. Can we please have the family of Acting Clerk Kim Clark Baskin come forward to say the pledge, to lead us in the pledge. Ready when you are.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. You may be seated. Our next order of business is to amend the agenda. Is there a motion to amend the agenda?
So moved.
A second. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Agenda is amended. And our next order of business is proclamations, and we have one from Councilwoman Strasburger to be presented. Councilwoman?
Can we please have everyone from Noir Company come up here? Whereas the Noir Company is a boutique wine consulting firm based in Squirrel Hill committed to curating luxury wine events, products, and services that highlight Black-owned brands in support of the Black wine industry. And whereas since 2019, the Noir Company has offered private tastings, luxury wine boxes, wine tending services all over the country under the leadership of founder and principal wine consultant, Ms. Monique Smith. Noir is Black in French and speaks to the business's devotion to all Black everything. It is important for Black people in this industry to be uplifted and economically supported. And whereas Noir Company has hit the ground running, providing unique services to support and promote Black wine products, such as Love Corkscrew, I might say this wrong, Wachira Wines, Black Girl Magic, her wine collection, Harmony, Sun Goddess, and Live, LVE. And whereas diversifying the wine scene and inclusive events in Pittsburgh has landed the Noir Company on the shortlist to be nominated for the Innovator and Rising Star Award at 2022 Wine and Culture Fest. And whereas the dedication, knowledge, time, and resources at the Noir Company exposes Black people to the community, products, services, and opportunities spearheaded by Black people immersed in the wine industry. The premier product, the wine box, is a carefully curated luxury box that includes a bottle of Black-owned wine, wine glasses, and wine accessory, the perfect gift for wine novices and connoisseurs. And whereas the Noir Company offers a leading wine tending service that provides a twist to bartending and opportunity for event planners to serve Black-owned wine only. Mrs. Smith also hosts wine tasting classes for clients to enhance their palate while exposing them to Black-owned wine brands. And whereas community collaboration is key, as Noir Company has worked with Black-owned business organizations and businesses such as Urban League Young Professionals of Greater Pittsburgh, You Lead, State of Black Learning, Natural Beauty Supply, Ezra Coffee Company, and Mantra Mugs. Through every event, Noir Company wants you to sit back and sip black. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Pittsburgh City Council does hereby recognize and honor the entrepreneurial spirit and rich contribution of Mrs. Monique Smith to create equitable spaces for Black wine professionals and enthusiasts to thrive. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare August 7, 2022 to be Noir Company Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
Can I have a motion to approve in a second?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Proclamation is approved. Thank you, Councilman. Congratulations.
Would you like to come up and say a few words?
I just wanted to say thank you for this proclamation. Stay tuned. You'll be seeing a lot of the Noir Company, and we are excited about what's to come. And we encourage everyone to sit back and sip black.
Thank you, and congratulations. And now we have three to be read into the record, one from Councilman Kraus for Recovery Month and two for myself.
Councilman Kraus presents, "Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare the month of September 2022 to be Addiction Recovery Month in the City of Pittsburgh, and recognizes Stacy Brown, Adam Beers, and Kelly Fischetti for their extraordinary efforts to support recovery in our region."
And the next two, please.
Council President Smith presents, "Be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Sunday, September 11th, 2022 to be Pat Robinson Day in the City of Pittsburgh."
Is there another one? Is that it?
Yes. And Council President Smith also presents, "Be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Sunday, September 11th, 2022 to be Terry Shields Day in the City of Pittsburgh."
Thank you. Now can we have a motion to approve in a second?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Proclamations are approved. Thank you. And now we go on to our next order of business. Going to have one paper to introduce from the Hearings Committee. And it's the, Madam Clerk? I don't know that you should be reading that. Maybe Ashley should read it.
Resolution authorizing the appointment of Kimberly D. Clark Baskin as City Clerk of the City of Pittsburgh for a 3-year term. This appointment shall become effective as of the date of the oath of office administered on Tuesday, September 13th, 2022.
So motion in a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's approved. Why do we go to you? You do it now? You do it now? Can we please have the family of Kim Clark Baskin please come forward? And we'll have the swearing-in ceremony of our new clerk, Kim Clark Baskin, by Magistrate Judge Mosnick, Jim Mosnick. I couldn't think of his first name. It's good to have you back here on a different side. Kim, they can come up here.
They're fine.
Let me first of all say that it's an honor to be back in these chambers. I spent some 12 years on this floor, 11 as a council person. Over those years, we've had some great times and great memories. This was a great chapter in my life. I'm sure it was a great chapter in Kim's life. And over those years, I had the opportunity to make great friends, lifelong friends. And Kim Clark is one of those friends. I met her some 25 years ago and she's been a close friend ever since. Her family has been close, and I'm thrilled to see that someone worked their way up to be so successful. The city clerk of the city of Pittsburgh. Can you imagine? Starting out as a clerk some 20-some years ago. I see some people here in the audience that have come, Bill Urbanek and Joe Day and Kate Weiland and some of the crazies from council in the back in the day. And it's great to see and remember the past and look forward to the future. So with that, it's first of all a great honor, a privilege, a pleasure to be asked to swear her in. I'm going to ask you to take the oath of office. I believe it's here. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand and place your left hand on the Bible. Councilman Kraus, it's glad that you took the moment to join us. We appreciate that. And please repeat after me. I, Kimberly Clark Baskin,
I, Kimberly Clark Baskin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and this state
and this state
and the Charter of the City of Pittsburgh,
and the Charter of the City of Pittsburgh,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of this office
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of this office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Let me be the first to congratulate you, new city clerk.
Jim, I'm here.
Okay, Kim, you're signing here. You do that right now. She's in.
Good morning, everybody. First, Madam President, members of council, thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you for your support over the years, and I look forward to continuing to work with you all, forming new relationships, and paving a new lane for this council and for myself and for the clerk's office. I want to thank my family that joined me, my husband Rashid, my son Samir, my niece Chelsea, my sister Tamika, my sister Tara, my cousin Rashawn, my daughter-in-law Naisha, my sister Nicole, and my uncle Gary. I would definitely like to thank everybody. Thank you, Ms. Brown. She's been a supporter for a long time. The last thing that I want to say is my mom is not here with us. I lost my mom in 2018. So I dedicate this appointment to my mom, Donna Marie Johnson. Thank you.
Congratulations. Cindy, you tell me about something? Anyone in her family want to say something? I would just thank you all for being so supportive of Kim, and because we know these jobs are really challenging. The members of council, would you like to say anything? Start with Councilman Burgess.
There are moments of time when God smiles and people are blessed in proportion to their gift and talent. And Kim has now in the place where I believe God wants her to be, commensurate with her gift and talent. And I'm proud to be her friend and just a very small part of the cheerleading squad of her and her husband and children, wanting them to be successful and fruitful. And I'm excited by what the future has for her, her family, and for this council.
Kim, I just want to say congratulations. It's very well deserved. You know, you talked about forming new relationships. Keep the old relationships. We all had a good relationship with you. I completely trust in everything you do, and I do look forward to working with you with many years to come. So congratulations, and thanks for the family for coming out to see this important day for her.
Thank you. Congratulations, Clark. I'm going to have a hard time saying that. Are we saying Clark Baskins or Clark Baskins? I'm not sure how to say it. And I want to thank you for being, as I think I mentioned to you, steady as a rock. It's really felt like we can depend on our clerk's office, and just for the public to understand how much we lean on them, how much we put our trust in them. They really are our permanent record. They're here to make sure our past is kept intact and our future we can depend to be kept intact. And on a daily basis, we are not always pleasant, and we have many requests at the last minute of our clerk's office, and they always rise to our requests and are there for us. And so I really want to say thank you for already these many years now that I've been here, for being so dependable and keeping us running, but also that we just don't have to worry about the clerk's office. And I really appreciate that. And that's the way things should be. Like, we have all of our trust in you. Appreciate it.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. Good morning. It's really nice to be in this moment. It's a long time coming, well-deserved and well-earned, which there's a distinction there. And you have clearly put in the time. 38 years? 28 years. Okay, I'm aging you a little bit. But 28 years is a very, very long time to dedicate oneself in service to the city of Pittsburgh. And you have proven your worth and your value and your capacity to fill the position. And I, for one, am very, very excited for everything the future holds with you in the holding the reins of the clerk's office. So welcome, Madam Clerk, and congratulations. Thank you.
Morning, Madam Clerk. It's truly a pleasure to actually formally now be able to say that to you. As already mentioned, well-deserved, well-earned. Congratulations. As Councilwoman Gross mentioned, we do lean on the clerk's office a lot. And so you have been there over the years. As long as I've been on this floor, both as a staff person and now as a council member, you've always been there to be a steady hand and help guide us. And so I thank you for all that you've done over the years, and I wish you nothing but the best moving forward. And I know we're in good hands, so thank you.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. I want to echo my colleagues' sentiments and to say that you have been so diligent, so hardworking, so smart, so wonderful to work with, and just a really strong presence on this hallway for longer than I've been on this hallway, certainly. And that consistency and that hard work has paid off. I remember when you received the honor from the mayor's office, and how proud I was to know you then and to be there for that. And now your hard work has paid off in a different way. So my heartfelt congratulations. I look forward to continuing to work with you in this new way.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. Congratulations on your new appointment, elected position. I appreciate everything that you've been doing since I've been in office. Congratulations to your family too, because I know, for those 28 years, I know there must have been a lot of support there. With all the consistent work that you've been doing, from what I hear, you've been such an exemplary employee to the city of Pittsburgh, and I'm looking forward to working with you in your new role. So, with that said, I'm looking forward to the future. I'm sure all council is ready to get to work and move on and really look at all those late night phone calls to make sure that all our late submissions are put in. So, but I appreciate all of your all of your willingness to serve, and look forward to working with you. Thanks.
Thank you. And we have Jake Pollock on behalf of Mayor Gainey. And I want to say Mayor Gainey was one of the first people to call and thank us for putting Madam Clerk in, appointed.
Thank you, Madam President. On behalf of Mayor Gainey, who is unfortunately traveling today, I'm here in my capacity as Deputy Mayor to extend his heartfelt congratulations to Clerk Baskin. You're right, Councilwoman, that's a little hard to say, for this honor and for taking on this enormous duty. I know from having worked with the now Madam Clerk over the years in a number of positions, both here in the city and in some of the institutions related to the city, that she will do a fantastic job in leading the work of this office. I also want, on behalf of the mayor, to extend his thanks to council for their wise and thoughtful judgment in this case, and commend you all for this excellent selection. So once again, Madam Clerk, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. I think I've said it all through all the phone calls over the past week, but I want to thank you for stepping up to help City Council, not once but twice. But most importantly, I want to thank you for being here today and accepting this appointment, because we all have a lot of faith in you, a lot of trust in you, and I think that we know that we're in good hands with you. And so I just want to thank you for all that you do. I want to thank you for all that you've been doing, and looking forward to working with you. But this time is overdue, and I think we all know that, and we're happy to have you as now Madam Clerk. I'm not even going to try the tongue twister, just Madam Clerk. So thank you very much. And thank you for bringing in Judge Mosnick back into chambers. So. On this side. Let's get some photos. Do all members want to join us for photos? And oh, you have to leave. Can you get a photo? Okay, I'm sorry. Can we get one quick photo with the judge still here?
So we can go behind you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
One with Elton first.
Allow her to get one with the family first.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Judge. Thank you. And now one with the family and then with all the members. And now all members. And then we're going to ask others to join in. Stay here, family. Stay here, family. You can come with this one. Next one. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Take care, Jake. Thank you. Now can we have Jake Pollock from the mayor's office with us? Stay here because there's going to be a few, okay? Because we can't take one without taking one without our sergeant at arms or other clerks, our solicitor, everyone. Thank you. Now, anyone else, clerk's office, sergeant at arms, everyone who's a part of the team, come on up. Miss Brown, we're going to get one with you. We are definitely going to get one with Miss Brown. Bill Urbanik, Kate. Bill Urbanik and Kate. Other staff members that are here, community engagement. Bob Charlin. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up.
Squeeze in here.
This is part of history, and as you know, we have our archivist is here, so we'll make sure that this all is documented very well.
Mike's not going to be
Mike, we gotta get Mike.
You good? You in? Mike. Well, you know who can take it? Jim. Oh, Matt's here. I didn't even see Matt. Jim, Miss Brown, come on. Anybody else want to join us? I have to get one with Miss Brown. She's been her biggest cheerleader.
Dr. Miller, come on up.
I saw that they offered. Anyone, Jim?
What would the day be without you?
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And there'll be a reception afterwards. Kate, there'll be a reception afterwards in the conference room if anyone would like to join us.
Great job. Congratulations.
Did you know what in? Bernadette.
Congratulations, Madam.
Thank you.
Go to work.
I'm going to run across the street.
Linda Johnson. I gotta say that.
Brother, man.
Come here. I just want to say we're also joined today by Linda Johnson Wassler, who is a clerk here for the city of Pittsburgh by her granddaughter. How long was she a clerk?
Oh, man.
Here, introduce
Something
yourself.
else? I'm not sure. No, I'm sorry.
About 40-some years she was a clerk. And so it just, and she trained Kim initially, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Kiss the baby for me.
Okay, I won't.
We do procs. We did that.
We read them. We read them.
So thank you, everyone, for your patience. Our next order of business is public comment, and I would like to remind everyone that the rules of council state that comments are limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation which are or may be before city council. Threats and profanity will not be permitted. May we have the first speaker, please? And the first registered speaker I have is Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller. Thank you for your patience, Dr. Miller.
Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller, Bellsuver, congratulations to you, Madam Clerk. Bellsuver and also Madrid, Spain. Vote by voter verification is key to my competition for the presidency in 2024. Global Intelligence Society, U.S. National Candidate, globalintelligencesociety.org. A concern of Pittsburgh City Council is public comment, PC during Pittsburgh City Council PPC. PA Act 65, 1967, amended in Act 93, 1998, is the Pennsylvania law relating to public comment in local government meetings, which includes PCC. PA Act 65.93, sections 701 to 716, but especially 710(1)A, is the statutory locus for a legal complaint and/or lawsuit case against a local government council, such as Pittsburgh City Council, PPC, by a citizen, say Dr. Ronald N. Miller, who thinks that the council has violated his or her U.S. Constitution Amendment 1, PA Constitution, Article 1, Section 7, civil right to freedom of expression in public comment. Such a civil rights lawsuit may eventuate in compensatory monetary damages against the defendants, in this case, the Pittsburgh City Council, awarded to the plaintiff, similar to the compensatory damages paid by Pittsburgh City government, taxpayer money, to Miles Jordan after he won a partial decision against the City of Pittsburgh Bureau of Police for violating his civil rights via false arrest. 7 June 2016, Pittsburgh City Council authorized $125,000 to Jordan. Now, if a citizen, say RLM, wins a lawsuit against the council of the City of Pittsburgh for violating his freedom of speech, civil right, in public comment, and his win includes compensatory monetary damages, then will this council fund for itself, as council, from taxpayer money, these damages held against itself as council? What a racket. Legal action against Pittsburgh City Council as a collective precludes no legal action against individual councilors Kraus, Gross, Burgess, and Cale Smith. And separately, in a separate case, no legal action against Allegheny County Office of District Attorney for false arrest, fake investigation, and fraudulent charges. Now, I recommend that all of you consider the work of Dr. Matt O'Dowd on PBS Spacetime as an alternative to this, instead of Ben Shapiro and Rachel Maddow.
That exhausts our list of registered speakers. Is anyone else wishing to address City Council in the audience? Good morning, Ms. Brown.
My name is Yvonne F. Brown. I live in the Hill District. I have quite a few things I wanted to say, but first I wanted to make sure you understand that this is Children Cancer Awareness Month. I heard the president talking about his son with cancer. My mother died from cancer. I had a sister at 45 that died with cancer. I want to say, with Mr. Fetterman, talking about Dr. Oz, talking about him, do you know Dr. Oz is not following an oath he took? The oath says, do no harm. Instead of him talking about what he couldn't do, why not tell him what he should do? In college, I took nutrition. With nutrition, I've learned that garbage in, garbage out. I've learned about carrot juice, how carrot juice, well, what you need to understand, God has made a vegetable that works on every part of your body. Carrot juice, radishes, greens, and so on. I told Mr. Fetterman, if you don't come to City Council, as I asked him to tell Jens that we are allowed to speak about what we want, then if not, please listen to me with the carrot juice. It will rebuild your heart cell by cell within a month. And I told his wife, she said she would. She's a beautiful woman. Let me tell you something. My granddaughter, Mr. Burgess, I want to talk to you because she's still asking to come to City Council. But when he took and said that she has no right to be here, I won't bring her back to hear that mess. She said to me, Grandma, are you going to vote for Mr. Fetterman? And I said, yeah. Then the day I thought about it, I said, how do you know about Mr. Fetterman? She said she see it on the news. And she also heard me say that this man cares about children, just like our new councilman. You're going to fight for the children that are trans. Thank you. There's times that we may not know what they're going through, but I know any time that you receive any kind of, every time I look at Mr. Krause, my heart just stops. But it sounds like today you apologize for making sure that Kim did not get hired. You and, I'm trying to talk too fast because he needs to know you should apologize. It sounds like you did, so I'll let you go because you made sure Kim didn't get it. And I knew anytime Kim had been here all these years and you take and hire somebody from another state, I had nothing against that woman, but it was wrong what you did. And I found out all the time that she was calling Kim, even if Kim was on vacation, to ask her what to do. I was trying to explain that you got this woman from another state. You wouldn't even bring somebody from Pennsylvania who would know our laws. She even took and changed, she wrote little tiny writing that we couldn't read.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
My time is up, and you have a nice day.
Thank you. Are there any further speakers wishing to address City Council? Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. My name is Evangelist Flora Williams. I've been here speaking about the security in our building. I know people hear me, but their hearts are not receiving what the seniors go through in the building. There are people moving away because they're so afraid to stay there. Because when we moved in that building, it had on the lease security. The building was supposed to have security when we signed the lease. It was supposed to be security in the building. Security is for many different reasons. If you sign in and enter in the building and sign out, if there's a fire or a catastrophe, the fireman knows how many people he has to go back and get. But if you're not signing in, they think they done got everybody and they leave and you're dead. People, do we have to cry from the grave or the hospital to get some attention to us seniors? We've been living in peace and trying to live a good life But now we have to live in fear. It is not right. No one's heart can tell me that it's right. And I will hope someone's heart hear this message. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, and I just want to add that we did have our council solicitor go out to help and is working with Councilman Lavalle's office, and our policy and community health manager is also going out to help. So please don't think that your concerns are going unanswered. Are there any further speakers wishing to address City Council? Any further? I see Bernadette.
Good morning, and happy pumpkin spice season with leggings and furry boots and oversized sweaters. The top of Coast and Broadway, I've asked for a pedestrian crosslight. I think that needs to be one way, like they did at the top of Hampshire. The cars do not stop at that stop sign. They come up through it in order to see, and I can understand. I almost watched my daughter get killed. She has those noise-canceling earbuds, which I hate. She couldn't hear the cars coming up the hill. For the umpteenth time, the senior center ADA doors are not operative. Incident reports, 311 calls for over a year. I cannot tell you the acrobatic moves I have to do in that chair to get the doors to open because the button doesn't work. I've been told the previous director, her key fob, something they can't recode it. Get a new door button in. Friday I attended the anti-protest out front. It was just by happenstance. I can tell you right now, I appreciate that the police kept us safe. I sat safely in my wheelchair with my whistle. I used to be a therapeutic foster parent of teen girls that society has thrown away for either being LGBT or trans. And no group should be allowed to stand there and call any of our youth for how they identify as tragedies. I did not cover my face. I did not have a hood. I think they called them anti-fascists. I don't know. But this grandma was there blowing her whistle every time they opened their mouths, and I was proud of it. I was also very grateful I didn't get arrested. We need to do more for our youth in this area. If it has to go to the schools, if you can get arrested for hate crimes, that should be a hate crime to call any of our youth a tragedy. No child is a tragedy for their identification as who they want to love. Thank you. And again, happy pumpkin spice season, our 5th season in Pittsburgh.
Thank you. Are there any further speakers wishing to address City Council? Les, do you want to address City Council? No? Okay. Are there any further speakers wishing to address City Council? Seeing no further speakers, we move on to our next order of business, which is the presentation of papers. And we'll begin with Councilman Reverend Ricky Burgess, Chair of Urban Recreation.
No new papers, Madam.
Thank you, Councilman. And Councilman Coghill, Chair of Public Works.
No new papers, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman. And Councilwoman Gross, Chair of Intergovernmental Affairs.
No new papers, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Kraus, Chair of Public Safety Services.
Good morning, Madam President.
Good morning. Thank you, Councilman Kraus.
Thank you. No, that's wrong. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Kraus presents Bill Number 726, Resolution amending Resolution Number 91 of 2021, authorizing the mayor and director of the Department of Public Safety to enter on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh into an amended 5-year professional services agreement with Roll Call Technologies, LLC, for a web-based secondary employment scheduling system in an amount not to exceed $853,925. The parties seek to further amend the current agreement in order to add scheduling services for the city's Bureau of Emergency Medical Services at no added cost to the city. No other substantive changes to the terms of the agreement are required. And Bill number 733, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of public safety on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into a police traffic services grant agreement with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, Division of Highway Safety, for the purpose of receiving funds in the amount of $174,468.91 that will be used for enforcement of drunk and impaired driving as well as related outreach activities.
Madam Clerk, Madam President, good morning. May I call for the waiver of the rules on 733? We do this every year to receive this money to assist our Bureau of Police with enforcing DUI. And so it's just to accept the $174,468. So could we put it on tomorrow's agenda just as a way to move it quickly?
Motion, second.
Yeah.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, there's a gentleman, I can't remember the officer's name, but I perhaps the clerk's office will remember.
Terry Donahue.
Who is it?
Donahue.
Yes, would you?
Or Donnelly. Jerry Donnelly.
Can we make sure he comes tomorrow? I want to give him the opportunity to be able to speak to it. He's incredibly well informed on it, and I'd like to give him the opportunity to speak on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you. So we have a motion, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye,
opposed?
aye.
Bill will appear on tomorrow's standing committee agenda. Thank you, Councilman.
Thank
And
you.
Councilman Lavelle, Chair of Finance and Law.
No new papers, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman. And Councilwoman Strasburger, Chair of Human Resources.
No new papers, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilwoman Strasburger. Councilwoman Strasburger, Chair of Innovation, Performance, and Asset Management.
New papers, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilwoman Strasburger. And Councilman Wilson, Chair of Land Use and Economic Development.
No new papers, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman Wilson. And myself, Chair of Hearings, I have one resolution. Madam Clerk? Thank you.
Council President Kell Smith presents Bill number 734, resolution approving the recommendation made by the Director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure that the concrete portion of Silver Oak Drive in the Banksville neighborhood of Pittsburgh be paved with asphalt in accordance with Section 417.06 of the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances.
Madam President?
Thank you. Yes.
What's the proper procedure here? Does this go through the normal, we discussed Wednesday and the final approval and all that?
Yes, it does.
Okay, thank you so much.
And we'll now move on to any unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business before City Council? Seeing none, the next order of business is reports to committee for final action. We'll begin with Councilman Lavelle, Committee on Finance and Law. Councilman Lavelle.
Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman.
Councilman Lavelle presents Bill number 728, reported to Committee on Public Safety Services for September 7th. No, I'm sorry. Read the wrong bill. Bill number 727, reported to Committee on Finance and Law for September 7th, 2022, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 695, resolution authorizing pursuant to Chapter 210, acceptance of gifts to the city of the City Code, the mayor, and the director of the Department of Public Safety to accept a donation from Pepsi of $10,000 to be deposited into the operating budget of the Bureau of Fire.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the title of the bill. Is there any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mrs. Kell Smith, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. The bills having received the legally required number of votes are finally passed. And that moves us on to Councilman Kraus, the Committee on Public Safety Services.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman Kraus.
Madam Clerk.
Councilman Kraus presents Bill number 728, reported to Committee on Public Safety Services for September 7, 2022, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 696, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Safety to enter into relevant agreements or execute required purchase orders for a Hyundai EDR kit with GIT America at a cost not to exceed $7,725. Bill number 710, resolution authorizing pursuant to Chapter 210, acceptance of gifts of the City Code, the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Safety to accept a donation from the Allegheny County District Attorney's Office of $33,883 for upgrading recording systems in the interview and interrogation rooms of the Bureau of Police.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the title of the bills. Is there any discussion on the bills? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. The bills, having received the legally required number of votes, are finally passed. And that moves us on to Councilman Anthony Coghill, Committee on Public Works.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman.
Councilman Coghill presents Bill number 729, reported to Committee on Public Works for September 7, 2022, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 682, resolution authorizing the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure to enter into a commodity agreement with PBSC Urban Solutions for the purchase of equipment for the Healthy Ride Electrified project at a cost not to exceed $1,095,000.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the title of the bills. Is there any discussion on the bills? Seeing none, the bills are now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. The bills having received the legally required number of votes are finally passed. And that moves us on to Councilman Bobby Wilson, Committee on Land Use and Economic Development. Councilman Wilson.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman.
Councilman Wilson presents Bill number 730, reported the Committee on Land Use and Economic Development for September 7, 2022, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 699, resolution amending Resolution 336 of 2022, authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Permits, Licensing, and Inspection to enter on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh into an agreement with Women for a Healthy Environment for the contribution of a not-to-exceed amount of $45,000, the collection of $50 in payment to the City of Pittsburgh per each participant, and to assist with organizing, renovation, repair, and painting, training for general contractor license holders in connection with the city's Lead Safe ordinance. Women for a Healthy Environment shall pay the city at a rate of $100 per participant, which amount includes $50 contributed by Women for a Healthy Environment and $50 separately collected from each participant for the payment in amount not to exceed $90,000.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the title of bills. Is there any discussion on the bills? Seeing none, the bills are now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage, vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. The bills having received the legally required number of votes are finally passed. Councilwoman Erica Strasburger, Committee on Innovation, Performance, and Asset Management. Thank you, Councilwoman.
Councilperson Erica Strasburger presents Bill number 731, report of the Committee on Innovation, Performance, and Asset Management for September 7, 2022, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 697, Resolution Amending Number 44 of 2022, authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance to enter into an agreement or agreements with Computronics USA, Inc. to extend the term on a month-to-month basis at an additional cost not to exceed $789,531.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the title of the bill. Is there any discussion on the bills? Councilwoman Strasburg.
Madam President, I'd like to motion to amend, if I
Okay.
may. That's a-
There's a motion to amend. Any discussion?
The technical amendment is before us, is in front of you on the yellow paper that we all received, and it is technical in nature.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Bill's amended, and that moves us on to all the bills. You only have one. That moves us on to the final action. All in favor of the passage will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mrs. Kelsmith, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. The bills having received the legally required number of votes are finally passed. And that moves us on to our last committee of the day, which is Councilwoman Gross, Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. Councilwoman.
Madam President.
Councilwoman Gross presents Bill Number 732, reported to Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs for September 7, 2022, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 683, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for City of Bridges Community Land Trust, Site E, 0 Hazelwood Avenue, City of Pittsburgh, 15th Ward. Bill 684, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for proposed land development located along Grandview Avenue at the intersections of Augusta Street and Shaler Street, including those parcel identified on the attached Exhibit A located in Pittsburgh. Bill number 685, resolution approving execution of a contract for disposition by sale of land between the URA of Pittsburgh and Epic Development LLC or related entity for the sale of Block 11J, lots 95, 96, and 101 in the First Ward of the City of Pittsburgh. Bill 687, resolution authorizing a cooperation agreement with the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh, designating URA as the city's agent for administration of the 2022-2023 Home Investments Partnership Program. Bill number 688, resolution approving execution of a contract for disposition by sale of land between the URA of Pittsburgh and Communion LLC or related entity for the sale of Block 27A, lots 125 and 126 in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh. Bill number 689, resolution authorizing the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the following publicly owned properties in the 15th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, Block 56C, lots 239, 240, and 240A, 0 Flowers Avenue, north side of Flowers Avenue between Nansen Street and Glenfield Avenue. Bill 690, resolution authorizing the URA of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the following publicly owned properties in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 10K, Lot 150, 0 Kirkpatrick Street, west side of Kirkpatrick Street between Webster and Wiley Avenues. Bill number 691, resolution authorizing the URA of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the following publicly owned properties in the 15th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 56K, Lot 65A and 67, 35 and 39 West Elizabeth Street, Council District Number 5. Bill number 692, resolution authorizing the URA of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the following publicly owned properties in the 3rd Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 11A, lots 36 and 42, and Block 11E, lots 304 and 306, north side of Reed Street between Hellman and Robert Street, and east side of Miller Street, north of Caldwell, Council District 6, and Bill 693, resolution authorizing the URA of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the following publicly owned properties in the First Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 11K, Lot 245, 0 Tustin Street, south side of Tustin Street, west of Seneca Street, Council District Number 6.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the title of the bills. Is there any discussion on the bills? Councilwoman Gross?
Thank you, Madam President. I was talking this morning I got a phone call early this morning about Bill 689, which is one of 3 bills that transfer properties in District 5. And I just want to say to members, I was at fire safety training last week, so we might have gotten the call before this time. And I'm just going back and forth with the URA a little bit this morning, but I'm not able to answer the question. So I was suggesting that we recommit Bill 689 until we can get more detail on what is happening with that project specifically.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? I just want to thank Councilwoman Gross for keeping such a good eye on this. This is in District 5, and Councilman O'Connor, obviously the seat is vacant currently. And so I want to thank you for keeping a good eye on that and doing such a good job with this committee. Okay. All in favor of recommitting?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The bill will be recommitted. Thank you, Councilwoman. And the other bills are now ready for final action. All in favor of their passage, vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mrs. Kelsmith, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. The bills having received the legally required number of votes are finally passed. That moves us on to motions and resolutions. And I just want to say again, Councilwoman Gross, briefly, I want to say that I'm thankful that you caught that with the, or that you got the phone calls.
Actually, I apologize, Madam President. I think the call I got, because there were 3 property transfers in District 5 on this, in the committee this week, and I'm pretty sure that I just read the wrong number and that I wanted to recommit 691, which are the 35 and 39 Elizabeth Street, and not the 0 Flowers Avenue one.
Motion to reconsider, what is it? It's, get the right bill. Yeah, recommittal of Bill 689. Thank you, Ms. Gross.
Thank you.
Second.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay. And
And so-
Councilwoman?
Then we also need to reconsider the final
right.
vote on
Yeah, no,
691?
we just did. That's,
That's 689 was the one we recommitted.
well, you have to make whatever amendment you want to, if you want to put 689 back on, or you want to take some
We
off.
want to put 689 back on, but we want to take 691 off.
Yeah, you can do both those things.
Okay. But it's now that it's reopened?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. And so now I would like to make a motion to recommit Bill 691.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
And
All
then
in
you have to put the
favor?
other one back on. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
I'm not, just procedurally speaking, we did not motion to reconsider 691, only 689.
I thought we did the whole bill, the whole committee. But yeah.
Let's do that. Want to do the whole committee?
Okay,
Can we
so
do
you're
the whole
right.
committee?
Yeah.
What
Madam
do you-
Clerk?
Madam-
Go ahead.
Councilman, I have it.
She
Thank you.
needs to motion to reconsider the vote on 691 since it was approved.
That's right, yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, motion to reconsider Bill 691.
Motion. We
need
have
to
a
vote on
second.
that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Bill's reconsidered. Thank you. Councilwoman.
So now we have both, we have both 689 and 691 that we are reconsidering, correct? Okay, and so I'm going to motion to recommit Bill 691.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Councilwoman, anything else?
But so we haven't finally voted 689, because we've just
We
reconsidered
have a
it.
motion? All right, no. All in, Madam Clerk, do you want to call the roll?
Roll call.
Oh. Reverend
Do a roll call, please. Thank you.
All right, Reverend Burgess.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Ms. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mrs. Kelsmith, President.
Aye.
8 ayes on Bill 689.
Thank
0
you.
noes.
Thank you. The bill has received the legally required number of votes, finally passed. Now, I do want to say, well, thank you again, Councilman, for doing that. That was so difficult. I do have a couple meeting announcements. This afternoon at 2:30, Council will hold an executive session on Bills 653 and 655 as they relate to litigation settlements. Tomorrow, Wednesday, September 14th at 10 a.m., Council will hold our standing committees meeting. Speaker registration will close at 9 a.m. Wednesday morning. Also, tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 p.m., Council will hold a cablecast public hearing on Bill 592 as it relates to creating 3 new base zoning districts and other zoning amendments. Speaker registration will close at 12 p.m. on Wednesday afternoon. To register to speak at these meetings, please fill out the sign-up form on the council meeting webpage by the deadline. You may also call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138. And anything from members? Councilman Kraus.
Thank you, Madam President. The Oakland Business Improvement District will be coming before us for their renewal. I think it's every 2 or 3 years, I can't remember now. But I need to make a motion to call for a public hearing as it relates to the renewal of the Oakland Business Improvement District.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And we'll get that scheduled.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
then, if I may?
Yes.
So I apologize for being late to the meeting. I was not here when we read the proclamation for declaring September the Addiction Recovery Month. And many of you know, and maybe some of you don't know, that I've had my struggles around drugs and alcohol, and this year I celebrated 34 years of sobriety on July the 9th. Thank you. Which is really, being 68 years old, it's a really, I don't know, odd place to be, wherein I have lived half my life in active addiction, half my life in recovery. Actually, a little bit more than however many days from July the 9th to this day is in recovery. And the reason that I bring that up and the reason that I'm so public about it is that there is hope, you know, even in the darkest of times, you know, with the opiate addiction that we have experienced over the last number of years, the number of deaths that have occurred. No matter how dark the moment, there is always light. You know, I like to call it a gift from God. I think Councilman Burgess would agree that sobriety is. And so the reason I bring that up is my office has sponsored a recovery walk every year for, I think it's like the last 7 years now, and we get several thousand people that come out to celebrate the gift of recovery. You know, whether it's one day or whether it's 34 years, it's, you know, it's all wherever any of us has ever given is the day we're in. And so I just want to invite everybody, if you're interested in being part of the recovery walk, it's very easy to find. Just Google Pittsburgh Recovery Walk. It's this coming Saturday, September whatever day that is, forgive me. We'll start about 9 o'clock, and like I said, we'll get easily several thousand people that'll come out. Mayor Gainey was our invited guest. Unfortunately, he will be traveling, but he will be represented by Deputy Mayor Jake Pollock, and then a number of other people that will be there. And it's a full morning of festivities that take place. And we get them all. We get people that come. It's the very first day that they are without a drink or a drug, and people that are, decades long. So if you are struggling, please come out. enjoy the day with us. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Anything else from members? Councilman Coghill,
No, I just want-
who became an honorary Lebanese guy this weekend at our festival.
Fit right in the Italians and the Lebanese, don't we? Had me doing things I shouldn't have been doing there,
Yes, you
too.
were.
Yeah. I just want to congratulate Councilman Kraus on your sobriety, and thank you for being a leading voice in this. And, I don't know if I could make the walk, but I certainly would like to make a donation if it's possible. Sure. I didn't know if, you're raising money for that. But thank you for your leadership in that. And I did want to point out, that's really why I raised my hand, the Lebanese festival, what great people, that church, what they did for Beachview there is just phenomenal. Your brother is behind a lot of that, and they brought a life and a vibrancy, and I think everybody I knew was there, and the food was incredible, and I just wanted to congratulate them and tell them, how welcome they are and what an asset they are to my district.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having them in your district and being so welcoming and everything. But my brother's like the shoemaker's kid. Was the shoemaker with the kid with no shoes. But anyway, he's going to kill me for saying that.
Is my tabbouleh in the back then?
Your tabbouleh, yes, that's right. And I want to congratulate you too, Councilman. I mean, I think the fact that you're willing to talk openly about something is so kind, because you don't have to share it. It's your story, and you don't have to share it. And it's kind that you do to help others. So I want to thank you very much for sharing that. Anything else from members? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion? There is no absent members, to approve the minutes and adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned. Please join us in the back for.
Bye.